All right, we're recording. Where are we at? We're in Salina or Salinas. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Salinas, Kansas. At a what the hell is this thing? This is a Dillon's grocery store. Um, my trainer Miguel was wanting to buy some stuff at the grocery store yesterday, and we went to a Safeway in Denver or Aurora. I'm not sure what exact city we were in, but I didn't go in with him, but he said that the store shelves were empty. He couldn't find anything in there. He went in there to buy some soups and some paper towels and some other things, and he said the only thing he came out of there with, I think he only bought crackers and some seafood salad. So he wanted to try. We're on our way to Wichita, Kansas, and he wanted to try stopping at a grocery store in a small town like Salina and see if maybe they had stuff on the shelves. Um, I think it's more unlikely that stuff will be on the shelves in a small town because small towns tend to have fewer stores. So I don't know. We'll see. He went in there. I forgot what all he said he was going to get, but he's going to check and see if they've got the. There's his seafood salad. Where is it? Well, here it is. So I've been buying these things. I brought a thing of this with me on the truck, and we went through it pretty quick because I was like, the truck was kind of nasty when I got in here. And so I used it to clean the truck over the weekend, the first weekend that I was staying in the truck. And then the we because we both got sick the first week, we were constantly cleaning the steering wheel and the dash and everything like our well, I'm not going to show that. Well, we'll show that. Our GPS and our ELD, electronic logging device, and everything. We were just using them constantly, and I was washing my hands with them and my face and stuff like that. Whenever I would go in and deal with a shipper or receiver, and we would handle bills and stuff like that, when I get back in the truck, I would clean my hands, and before I went in, I would clean my hands. So I was using them constantly. So we went through them pretty quick, and I've been buying replacements at the truck stops. But now the truck stops don't have them in stock. The last 3 Loves that we've been at, I've tried to buy some, and they haven't had any. So he's said that he's going to see if they have any in here, and he's going to buy paper towels as well. And he wants to buy some soups, he said, and some other things. I don't know what all he's planning on buying, but this is the second grocery store we've went to try to get items, and we'll see. Traffic on I-70. So for anybody who hasn't traveled on I-70 across Kansas, traffic on I-70 across Kansas is usually pretty light because it's quite desolate out there. There's not a lot of towns, and the towns are fairly small. So see, this is what I was saying in my last video about he likes to go to grocery stores and stuff like that and park in places that aren't quite legal, and I get glare like this guy that's just in that SUV as he drove by, he just glared at me like, what the hell are you doing parked here? So yeah, it's awesome. I don't like, on my own, I don't like normally come to places like this. I don't go places that don't have truck parking typically. I mean, occasionally, yeah, there are exceptions, but he does it on a daily basis, multiple times per day. But anyway, what was I talking about? So traffic was heavy across 70 in Kansas, and in Colorado. In Colorado, I kind of expected it, but it stayed heavy all through Kansas as well. And I just don't know what in the hell all these people are doing. I did recall at least 2 or 3 cars that passed us that they had, I could see toilet paper rolls like they had huge rolls of toilet paper in their back seat. So I think some of these people are folks that are driving around. Like, let's say that this Dillon's right here doesn't have any toilet paper. And let's say that the Aldi's over there across the street doesn't have any toilet paper. And let's say that they've gone to every store here in Salina and no stores have toilet paper. So then they, drive 60, 80 miles to the next town to see if that town has toilet paper. I think that's maybe what some of the interstate traffic is people driving between towns to try to find items that are sold out in their town. I think it could also, there's rumor that there's going to be a lockdown, a national lockdown. Some cities, counties, and states are already starting to initiate lockdowns. They're talking like all kinds of potential limits to travel that may happen soon. So I think a lot of people may be trying to get into areas, they're trying to get to their mom's house, or they're trying to get from a job to their house to be in a place where they're ready to hunker down for a couple weeks. Like if they're forced to shelter in place, they want to be in a place that they want to do that shelter in place. So I think that could be some of the traffic. Some of the traffic could also be like a lot of the cars I saw passing us had snowboards and kayaks and crap like that. So it could be people that were on some kind of vacation in Colorado, and Colorado instituted some, they basically shut down anything that was like more than 50 people. So I'm sure ski resorts and stuff like that probably shut down. And so a lot of that traffic may have been people that were in some type of, vacation, that their vacation got ended abruptly. So I think it's a mixture of a whole bunch of things, but I think there's a tremendous amount of traffic. The expectation is that because everyone's been told not to go out in public, the traffic would be light. But I think what's happening is people are panicking right now, and they're getting out and they're trying to get things done before they're forced to lock down, because right now it's a suggested thing and people aren't really following the suggested. So I think the governments are going to probably force it somehow, because people just aren't following the suggestions. Like this Salina looks really, really busy. It is 4:41. It is, close to rush hour. Salina, I don't know what the population of Salina is. It's a fairly small town, so I don't know if they even have a rush hour here. But it's pretty damn busy here. I wouldn't think that there's a slowdown here at all. So people do not seem to be following any of the stay-at-home suggestions here in Salina. So, what's the update with me? The update with me is it is Tuesday. We are on our way. We're picking up a load at a recycle. So I think I said yesterday what the best possible scenario was that we would deadhead straight to Muskogee, and we got really close to that. On the way to Muskogee, Wichita, Kansas is on the way to Muskogee. So we have a load where we're supposed to pick up at, I don't know what time tomorrow, like noon or something, 11 a.m., 2 p.m. I don't know. I can't remember what our scheduled appointment is tomorrow, but he said that they open up at 7 a.m., and he's been there several times, and they will take us early. So he's going to try to be there when they open and get in there and get them to take us early. And it's the thing that sucks is that we don't have our next load after that. So we have our load from Wichita, Kansas to Muskogee. So he's going to have to get on with his dispatcher while I'm driving from Wichita to Muskogee tomorrow morning and get our next load after that. He said that if by the time we get to Muskogee we don't have a load, that he's just going to drive to Van Buren. He said it's only 70 miles to Van Buren, and he'll just, if they don't give him a load, then he'll just drive to Van Buren, drop me off, pick up his new student, and then drive back to Muskogee to pick up the load whenever they eventually give it to him. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think that his dispatcher should be in the office while we're on our way to Muskogee tomorrow, so he should be able to get that dispatch while we're on our way to Muskogee. So it shouldn't be an issue. But at our current plan, he is estimating that we're going to be in Van Buren to drop me off about 5 p.m. tomorrow. I haven't crunched the numbers myself to see if I think that's accurate. Let's see. If we get there, it took them like an hour and a half to 2 hours to load us last time we were there. So if we get in there, let's say that they start loading us. Did I say unloading? I meant to say loading if I said unloading. Last time they loaded us, it took about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So if they start on us at 8 a.m., they're able to get us in early. Then we might be able to get out of there by 10 a.m. And it's supposedly so Muskogee is, I don't know how many miles it is from Wichita to Muskogee. I don't think it's many miles. I think it's probably only like 70 or 80 miles or something like that. So let's say it's 2 hours to Muskogee. It might be more than that. Let's just shoot high and go 4 hours to Muskogee. It's not that high. Let's say 3 hours. 3 hours to Muskogee from Wichita, Kansas. So if we get out of there at 10, that'd be 1 o'clock. And then let's say it takes an hour to get out of Muskogee. That'd be at 2 o'clock. And then it's 70 miles from Muskogee to Van Buren. So is that 2 o'clock? So that'd be like 3, maybe 4 o'clock. So yeah, it sounds like his estimate's pretty good. So sometime between 4 and 6 p.m. tomorrow afternoon is when I'll be in Van Buren, most likely. And I hope it retained the settings on this video thing. I know the picture quality kind of looks like crap, but most of my videos are like 5 gigs. And the video I uploaded that was 22 minutes long or 23 minutes long yesterday was 37 megabytes. And my videos are mainly just audio, so the video doesn't matter that much. So that was pretty awesome. It was such a small file. It took like 30 seconds to upload it. That was so much better than several hours. But I am really, really, really excited to be so close to getting off this damn truck. He and I have been harassing each other all day long, joking around about how happy he's going to be rid of me, because he's constantly complaining about my snoring. Like, I think that's the reason he's in such a bad mood all the time, is because he doesn't sleep well on the truck with me, because I snore. He is an incredibly light sleeper, a really light sleeper. Like last night, he went out and almost got into a fight with somebody that parked next to us at the receiver. We stayed the night at the receiver, and somebody showed up about an hour after we got in bed and parked next to us and had their truck running. And he went out and literally like ran them off. He was walking up to their door and he scared them, and they drove off before he could make it to their door because he was like yelling at them and like making hand gestures and shit. I think they thought that he was going to fight them or something. So they drove off and found another parking spot. But he's like a really, really light sleeper, and he gets really pissed off if anybody makes noise when he sleeps. Like, I don't understand why the hell he's a trainer. Like, he chooses to live with somebody else in this truck, and he really can't stand to be around somebody when he's sleeping and stuff. I think he just does it for the money. But yeah, I'm going to be really happy to get off this truck, and I really hope that we don't get the coronavirus between now and the time I get off the fucking truck, because he doesn't really heed any of the warnings. He's still going to the gym. He's going to the grocery store. Like yesterday, we had basically a day off because the receiver wouldn't take us early, and we got there a day early. And he went to the gym for 3 or 4 hours. Then after the gym, we went to Safeway, and he browsed around Safeway for an hour or so. And then he went to a Chinese restaurant, and he couldn't eat in there because Colorado has you're not allowed to eat inside restaurants right now in Colorado. So he had to grab it to go. But, he's just, going around doing his normal thing. He doesn't, I don't think he believes in the coronavirus thing. He's very religious. And he's made some comments about, I don't know, it's, God will take care of him or something. I don't know. I told him that I thought that there was some Bible verse about God helps those who help themselves. And he said, yeah, maybe that's in Proverbs or something. And his girlfriend is, he promised his girlfriend that he wouldn't go into the gym, so he's lying to his girlfriend right now about going to the gym. He told her he hasn't been going to the gym since she told him not to, but she's a nurse. And the plan tonight is that we're staying the night at a Planet Fitness so that he can work out in the morning before we leave. So yeah, he's still like going in all these places, these public places, and he's not doing essential only. Like essential, like it's bad enough that we have to go into the truck stops. Like I don't have any other option for like bathing. I have to go into the truck stop to shower. I have to go into the truck stop for food. We have to go there for fuel. So that to me is essential, and that is putting us in a very public area that puts us at risk. But extra stuff on top of that, like the gym and the grocery stores, it could be argued that the grocery store is kind of essential. Like he's supposedly stocking up on essentials right now, but he's on his way to Dallas. He's going to be in Dallas on Thursday, which is 2 days from now. He can stock up on all that stuff when he gets home. I think he's afraid that Dallas is going to be out of everything because it's a big city, and Denver was pretty much out of everything. So he's wanting to try to stock up in one of these small towns because he's not going to be able to stock up when he gets home. But anyway, I'm really, really, really excited that this shit is almost over with. Wow. I fucking hate living in this truck with somebody else. I hate it so much. It sucks so bad. I don't know what I'm going to title this video. I'll think of something when I'm uploading it. But I don't know what the Kansas restrictions are. I hope that like Planet Fitness isn't open tomorrow. We went to 24 Hour Fitness this morning. Yeah, I think it was this. No, it was last. Was it this morning? Yeah, it was this morning. Because we had so much time to get here to where we're to Wichita, Kansas. He wanted to go spend 3 or 4 hours in the gym before we left Denver. So we drove over to the gym this morning at 24 Hour Fitness, and they were closed. 24 Hour Fitness has shut down nationwide. So because it was closed, we went ahead and hopped on the interstate and just started heading to Wichita. So he's going to stay the night at the Planet Fitness in Wichita and work out there in the morning. Like, he doesn't fucking get it. Like, everything is shutting down for a reason, and he's just, like, still going to the gym and lying to his girlfriend that I don't know. And the thing that upsets me about it is I don't really give a shit what anybody does if it doesn't affect anybody else. Well, if he goes into that gym and gets it, if he gets sick, he's going to get me sick. So that's the reason it, kind of pisses me off. But one more fucking day that I have to put up with this stupid shit. One more day. And then I'm finally out of here. And I don't have to deal with this dumb shit anymore. Anyway, I think that's it for the video. I'll figure out a title. But yeah, one more day tomorrow, Wednesday afternoon. He'll be dropping me off at a hotel. Oh, when we get to Van Buren, he said first thing we're going to do is go by the terminal, and he's going to let me practice backing. He said, he's going to let me back into the spot that they're going to test me on 2 or 3 times. He thinks that I'm proficient at backing, and I don't really need to even practice, but he said he's going to just show me it and let me back into it a couple of times, just, so I can before the test. And then he's going to take me over to the hotel. I might actually back in more than 2 or 3 times. But then he's going to take me over to the hotel, drop me off. And initially, he said that he was going to stay the night in his truck and then pick up his student the following day. But if he has to, he said that if he, basically he said that he might pick up his student at the hotel. Like if we get in there at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, he's going to go ahead and pick up his student and just leave immediately after he drops me off. If we get there late in the night, like, midnight or something like that, then he's going to stay the night and pick up his student the following morning. So yeah, he's probably just going to turn and burn and head to Dallas as soon as he drops me off. And hopefully, since I only live about 100... Okay, so here's the situation. In my orientation class, there were 11 of us. 4 of us were students, 7 were veterans that were going directly into trucks. They only had 2 trucks at the Van Buren terminal, which is their corporate headquarters. That's their main terminal. They only had 2 trucks. So 5 of those people had to travel to other places to pick up trucks. They got them rental cars. There was 1 or 2 people that I talked with, and they both told me they were going to the West Memphis terminal to pick up a truck. And Miguel, my trainer, told me that that's typically where people go to pick up trucks, is the West Memphis terminal. It seems like a really popular terminal that has a lot of equipment. So I might have to take a rental car. So if I get there at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, Wednesday, I'm going to check into the hotel, stay the night in the hotel. Then I'm going to go over, I'm going to take the shuttle at like 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30, with all of my luggage over to the terminal. And then I'm going to wait around to be tested. I'm going to get tested. I'm going to meet my driver manager. I'm going to go through all the meet and greet and talk and figure out what fleet I'm going to be on and all that stuff. And I don't know what all I'm going to have to go through there. And then they're going to tell me where I'm going to pick my truck up at, whether it's there in Van Buren or if I'm going to have to get in a rental car and go somewhere for it. Hopefully there's one there in Van Buren, because I only live 150 miles away from Van Buren, and they could just deadhead me to my house so that I can, take some time off at my house. If I have to go all the way to West Memphis or Ohio or Georgia or somewhere to pick up a truck, then I might have to do a couple of loads before I can make it to my house. And worst case scenario is that I pick up an abandonment. Like if I go to a truck stop to pick up a truck that somebody just left there, then not only am I probably going to have to do a couple of loads to get to my house, I might also, oh, he's got toilet paper. I might also have to, I'll go ahead and end the video there. I might also have to get the truck cleaned out and stuff like that. Extra crap. So I'll upload the video. That's it. I'm going to help them get this crap in. Bye.